left the company. I don't want to say the name because I'm respectful. I used to work at Wall Street. I think I lasted 9 or 10 months. It was in IT. It was a huge company. And what I realized was that I'm someone who craves knowledge. And I love learning. And if I'm at a place where I don't feel that I'm learning, where I don't feel like there is value that's coming my way, then I get bored really fast. And what happened at this company is that I felt that everyone was learning from me, but I was not learning from anyone else. And so I thought about it. I stayed there for a few months. I waited. I think it was a toxic environment. My supervisor was at times taking my ideas as if it was her ideas. And so that did not sit well with me. I'm a very transparent person and I don't mind giving credit when credit is due. So one advice that I would give to them is to spend more time focusing on professional development and training for their employees because you want them to grow while they're there. You know, I'm not afraid of someone leaving my team. I'm secretly happy because I know I contributed to their growth. And training in my budget is one of my biggest items. That's one of my priorities every year to make sure I have enough funds for training for my staff.
In your experience, what do you think is the most common reason why employees leave and what is the best way to approach it as an employer? So to help you, whether you're employing dozens of women or men or whoever your talent is, let's see what Elaine has got for you.
What do you think is the most common reason? I'm going to say that most people leave their managers. They don't leave the company. And so you want to be mindful of the relationship that you have with your direct reports and the way they feel about you and your support. Another reason is the lack of support and mentorship. I think people like me at that company that I mentioned before, we want to grow. We want to learn and we want to contribute more to the company. And so I think in the end, it's a win-win for everyone. So the best way to approach it as an employer is don't wait for the annual review to talk to your staff. I think it's a constant conversation to find out how are they doing? And yes, during the annual review, create a plan for the following year and talk about their goals and talk about your expectations. But don't wait for the year. Find out what's going on every week, every few weeks, every month. Check in with them constantly. Say thank you, praise them in public. I think that's another reason why people leave, because they don't feel appreciated or because they don't feel like their voice matters and they're contributing to the team or to the company.
You talk about the leadership role, how difficult it is to lose touch with your employee. So maybe you could tell us what was the most inspiring style in the leadership or type of a leadership that you think is most successful in keeping the talent in a company, whether it's in IT or beyond IT?
If I could choose one only, I'm going to say emotional intelligence. I don't think we give enough credit to emotional intelligence. And for those of you who don't know, is the ability to, for example, enter a room and read the room. It was crucial for me, especially knowing, when to say what I wanted to say, when to keep a comment to myself. And even while you're having a conversation in a meeting, knowing how other people feel without them saying anything. I'm able to do that now because of emotional intelligence. I've actually taken a few training sessions. Don't think that I got all of this by myself. But I think, that and being vulnerable. I always say that vulnerability is one of my superpowers. I'm transparent and I want people to feel supported and I want people to understand that I am far from perfect. And I think a lot of leaders send their own message by only showing their achievements and when everything goes well. We're very imperfect and it's okay to say that. And so if I made a mistake, you will hear about it. And if you did, you will also hear about it because I want to talk to you about the lessons that came from it. So I would say emotional intelligence and being vulnerable and just seeing others as human without all these titles that people want to attach to other people.